guys, well, as promised, upon request, I am going to do a details video on little Sebastian here. So I'm going to go ahead and get him undressed. I know this is not the best lighting. My room is awful. I live back in the woods, so the lighting here is just never that great. The best lighting probably would be over my studio, but it's so, oh my word, it's so packed with doll show babies and supplies, all kind of set out, that I'm a bit too nervous of taking him up there and being able to actually find a safe spot for him to sit while I film. So we're gonna do it here as best as we can and get him. I've actually been keeping this little onesie on him always, because he does have a matting spot. It's not just him, I will say. Most Julie Molloy babies, they say, are not perfect. So he actually came to me with these marks, and I'm pretty sure he came to his previous mommy with at least some of them, because she had not had him long at all, and I'm pretty sure she wasn't much of a changer, holder, you know. He probably just mostly sat, Sarah, I didn't bring a brush over here, but that's okay. Alright, so let's get, I will not be showing his private areas, just FYI. That is one thing I will not do in the details video, because YouTube is very strict on stuff like that. In fact, they might even flag this video just for showing even a partially naked silicone, because that's just what YouTube does. Especially because they've cracked down on anything pertaining to children or, you know, stuff like that. I know, like, a lot of people's comments have been disabled, so it's kind of crazy. All right, we'll take his passy out too. I'm actually gonna flip this little. Sometimes it will just sink down on one end, and you have to flip it over, almost like refluffing a pillow. But that way, it's a little more sitting up. And yeah, so let's talk about him a little bit. So his silicone is completely different from any silicone that I have interacted with before. But that includes, like, I have held Julie's babies in the past. I've touched them, and they all have the same marshmallowy feeling. When she first started making silicones, I want to say back in like 2011, 2012, maybe even 2010. What's on your eye? What is that? You got a little bit of, yeah, a little bit of silicone on your eye. Anyway, they were still unique in like the feeling of the silicone. I remember always having like a very, like, almost the same type of feeling in terms of like the silky, you know, just the texture, but they were harder. They weren't very cuddly, which most silicones back then were not. I mean, this was even before, you know, the EcoFlex. This was, I am guessing, a form of dragon skin, something like that. Anyway, so maybe in the EcoFlex, but like a firmer grade. So anyway, he is marshmallowy soft, and I will say the feeling of him, and then noting like the matting and stuff, I have been super, I've been treating him much more fragile than I have with any of my other silicone dolls. His actual softness in terms of like cuddle factor is similar to the EcoFlex 5, that is like the Charlie Westbrook sculpt, or Mishka. So very similar feeling there for them to him in terms of like being super cuddly. But there is definitely a difference, because when you kind of pinch his silicone, it takes a second or so for it to bounce back to its original form, which is not unlike our own skin. You know, maybe like a little bit, our skin might bounce back like maybe a little bit quicker, but not, you know, not much. Whereas the EcoFlex 5 babies, they're soft like this, but they bounce back immediately. Like there's no, so like if I squeeze his cheeks, it takes you know, a second, half a second for it to bounce back to its original form. So that is something very different that I have not discovered with other types of silicone babies. Julie Molloy babies are just known for being different. And they are quite loved. Her babies are really cute, really special. So anyway, I love that he was basically sculpted in this very curled up fashion that is super newborn. He definitely just snuggles right in your arms. He is fun to hold. He definitely just feels like a brand new baby. And he's very much a cuddle bug. He's super sweet. Let me go ahead and just show you. I am going to bring the camera in closer to show you like his little pink details and all that up close. But I will go ahead and show you like his back. So you can see he's, look how real that looks. That's so crazy. But he does have like a little spine here that, and just the way he's curled up is what's making it look like he doesn't have one. It's not like down inside, it's just sculpted to look like that. Again, I love how his limbs are so curled up. That's super newborn. I guess I can show you, let's see. I'm just trying to be super gentle with him. I don't do a lot of handling with him. So, but I will show you. Here's his little butt, the little frog butt. And then I will, his hair is pretty nicely rooted too. It's very thick, which I love as well. He reminds me of a little Asian baby, which I've kind of been thinking of him as. I think that his sculptor would say that that's, I think that she was initially questioned about that, and it wasn't her intention to make them Asian. It was just more like, oh, they're just open their eyes. But to me, his eyes are very almond shaped, so like I consider him to be, and he's so cute. So I like that he has the thick dark hair. I think it works well for him. All right, so I guess I've shown you. I don't like to. I mean, his head definitely flops back. He himself flops back, but I'm not gonna let him, you know, I'm not gonna let him fall back all the way. So I'm going to bring you guys in so we can look at his sweet little face here. Looky there. And then I get more of a close-up of his hair. It is messy and needs to be combed, so forgive me for that. That's my error. Then he does have a little tongue in there. You can see. There it is. It's really cute. I don't think he has gums. I think he just has a little tongue. Yep, so there's his little tongue. Let's see if I can show you, like, when I squeeze his cheeks. There. You can clearly see that. It does take a bit to bounce back, and it does very much remind me of a marshmallow. Like, that's the best way to describe his silicone. And so, there we go. This diaper is actually, like, kind of high on him. Let me at least fold it down so we can see his belly button and all that. His did not come with the, like, I know she makes some that are, like, interchangeable navel kits and all that. His is not that. It's just a regular belly button. But, like, there's his little hands. I hope this is focusing well for you guys. And his arms here. Here is one of his imperfections. Right there. He came to me with this. I mean, it hasn't done anything. It hasn't gotten worse. And it doesn't even feel, like, it doesn't feel like a tear. It doesn't feel, it's just like the color. I think it's a matting peel, basically. Here's his other hand. And then he does have some more peeling right here, too. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. He does have some peeling here. I think he has a little bit on his other hand, too, but not near as much. So then we're going to, you've seen his belly button, come down to his little leggies here. You can see that they're very kind of curled up into him there. And here's his feet. So we have one little foot. Got some veining down in here. Very, 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 very squishy. Like, you apply, like, no pressure at all, and he just, like, he's just so soft. So there he is. His little toes. I think I'm blocking the light a little bit. He's got very tiny feet. Now I believe these hands and feet were not life casted like the original Paul and Paige had. The original Paul and Paige had like curled up, like they had fists. They had 2 fists and then 2 little feet, very similar in pose, maybe, and I think that the feet were bigger, but they were life casted, which I thought was really cool. I mean, I do like these limbs as well, but I know that the original one she sculpted for, or not, yeah, the original limbs that she made for Paul and Paige were life casted, which is really cool. Well, anyway, guys, I'm getting called away, so I'm going to finish up this video. I do want to show you his little eyes real quick. He's got blue eyes. I think for the most part I showed everything. Like, there's his little ears. He does have some peeling on his neck as well. But, I mean, again, like every Julie Molloy baby I've ever seen for sale has some areas like that. So, I mean, I guess people still love them and they still get them, and I guess that means, that they do still last, you know, fine and everything. But oh my goodness, he's so sweet. I love him so much. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in another video with Sebastian very soon. Bye bye.